What is something that was normal in the past that would confuse a lot of Gen Z and Alphas today? Giant-ass books that got delivered to your doorstep, filled with the names and phone numbers of not only businesses, but just regular people. Like, oh, I forgot my cousin's phone number. Let me go pull out this 1,000+ page behemoth and look it up. As a Gen Z, something that always gets me is respect them. They're older than you. Because what I hear is this person is older than you, have had more chances than you to do it right, and still can't, but they've been here longer, so shut up. Printing out directions, they were almost always wrong in some way. T9 texting. Getting caught with weed would seriously land you in jail and ruin your life. Taking the faceplate off of your car radio so it couldn't be stolen. Burning CDs. Being able to relocate and, if you so chose, start your life over again. No social networks, no basic internet with very limited search engines meant rightly or wrongly. Anyone with a few dollar could push the reset button and start over. The save icon is a picture of a physical storage device that can basically hold about a book's worth of information. We used to use 30 of those to install Windows 95 on a desktop PC that cost $2,000, which would be like a $4,500. You could show up at the airport at the last minute and still get on your flight. The whole aircraft was loud and smelled like cigarettes, but you always got served meals with silverware. Apparently, how did people get around in the 1920s sick before GPSs? Taking film to a grocery store to get it developed and waiting a couple days to receive your pictures, only to realize half of them you screwed up in some way. If you were trying to figure out where a place or building was, you were stopping on the road multiple times to ask strangers for complicated-ass directions. When my grandma told me about full service at gas stations, I lost my shit. I can't believe you used to not even have to get out your car to pump your gas. Arranging to meet someone, and then something happening that would stop one of you from meeting up, and there was no way of knowing or changing plans. You had to be able to read a map, and you kept several in your car. First thing you do when you get to a city is to buy the Thomas Brothers map book, being scared shitless that a guy at school would kill you because you glanced at him, and get away with it because you being gay terrified him. Pay phones, I remember using them so much. I knew where they all were and I always had change. The absolute stress of not having the change. Red Hot Chili Peppers used to perform nude with just socks on their penises. Don't imagine that would fly today, but it was a thing they did. Your introduction to porn being an old issue of Penthouse in a random box out in the woods, as opposed to a Google search for big boobs. At one time, when you dropped off friends and family at the airport, you could walk with them right to the boarding gate of their plane. They'll never understand how awkward it was to call a girl you like and their parents answer, because no one had cell phones or mail. Not being able to be on the phone and on the internet at the same time, and hearing that AOL sound every time you go online. Readblocks might confuse Gen Alpha. Probably not Gen Z though, considering I'm Gen Z and used it. And it was invented in the 2000s. Calling stores around town to see if they have something in stock. If they don't, asking when they'll get it back in stock. We did not carry water bottles standard or refillable with us all the time. Not sure how we survived sarcasm at 100. Smoking indoors at restaurants and movie theaters, trains, airplanes, etc. People used to smoke everywhere all the time. Waiting until 9 p.m. to call people. Unplugging the phone to use the internet. Buying CDs with internet on it from Walmart. Rotary phones. Or the party line. The party line was way before my time, but I have used a rotary phone. The term openly gay. I forgot that was even a thing until I heard it recently on an old sitcom episode. You couldn't be on the phone and on the internet at the same time. Now the internet is in your phone. The alpha males are gonna have to come up with a new shitty term to refer to themselves apparently. Showing up on someone's doorstep and ringing the doorbell without contacting them first. Cash cranking ding ding ding. Talking to friends and family on a landline depth conversations, having to fully rewind a VHS tape back to the start to watch it again, being unreachable. I'll tell him you called when he gets back. Asking people out without using technology and without being rich. Bullying and fighting at school. Starting at about first grade, people would call your landline and ask you where you, not being able to contact someone once you leave the house, walking through the mall and not knowing what time it was, remembering everyone's phone numbers to their landlines, phone or internet. You people kicked me off the modem, slipping Baba Booey into a live CNN breaking news story. Had to give blowjobs, spot treatments to start my games.